How does ISO affect photos in sacred spaces? Imagine standing inside a centuries-old temple or church, where the light is soft and flickering candles cast gentle shadows. Capturing that mood with your camera can be tricky, especially in low light. That's where ISO comes into play. ISO is a setting on your camera that controls how sensitive the sensor is to light. Think of it as turning up or down the volume of light your camera can hear. When you set your ISO to a low number like 100 or 200, your camera becomes less sensitive to light. This means your photos will have less noise or grain, making them crisp and clear. This is perfect when you have plenty of light or when you use a tripod to keep the camera steady for longer exposures. But inside sacred spaces, lighting is often dim or uneven, so using a low ISO might mean you need to keep your shutter open longer or use additional equipment. If you increase the ISO to 800, 1600, or even higher, your camera's sensor becomes more sensitive to light. This allows you to take pictures in darker environments without needing a long exposure. The trade-off is that higher ISO settings can introduce noise, which looks like tiny speckles or grain in your photo. This noise can sometimes obscure fine details in the architecture or the subtle textures that make sacred sites special. When photographing sacred spaces, it's important to find a balance. Use the lowest ISO you can to keep your images clear and free of noise. If the lighting is very low and you cannot use a tripod or long exposures, raising the ISO is necessary. Modern cameras handle higher ISO better than older models, so if you have a newer camera, you might be able to push the ISO higher without losing too much quality. Respecting the environment is also key. Avoid using flash unless it's explicitly allowed, because bright flashes can disturb rituals or disrespect the sacred atmosphere. Instead, relying on natural or available light and adjust your ISO accordingly. Remember, the goal is to capture the spiritual mood and architectural beauty without distracting noise or motion blur. In the end, ISO is a powerful tool that helps you adapt to the lighting conditions of sacred sites. By carefully adjusting it, you can create images that honor the atmosphere, preserve the details, and respect the customs of the space. Always consider the lighting, your equipment, and the rules of the site to make the most respectful and beautiful photographs possible.